Sorry. Okay, thanks, man. Okay, alright. You guys have how minutes to present? You guys can start now.
Millennials are the most sought-after target segment amongst corporations across the world today. So today, Delta Consulting will share with you how we can capture them and retain them early. DBS has been experiencing a strong revenue growth across all its segments from 2013 to 2016, with notable segments in wealth management experiencing a CAGR of 21% and retail growing at 22% year-on-year. Clearly, for DBS to maintain its position as the largest local bank in Singapore and reap in more profits, DBS should focus on its high revenue growth segment, such as wealth management, which constitutes 22%. And how can we grow this segment? So, firstly, we find that capturing millennials will be critical to DBS success in these segments. And who are the millennials? So, millennials are individuals who were born after 1980s and reached adulthood with the turn of the 21st century. They are currently 18 to 35 years old. So we find that millennials are important because they encompass two key transitions, which is from the university to new to the workforce, and new to the workforce to high net worth individuals. DBS has to therefore offer services that capture these two key transitions so as millennials bridge the gap between students and future working professionals. However, there exists a gap in DBS' current product and service offering. So even though DBS has a comprehensive set of products and service offerings such as M-Trading, iWealth, etc., these services are typically catered to adults who are above 35 years old. Whereas for millennials, on the other hand, there is few to close to no schemes targeted at these key transitions. Hence, in our recommendations, we propose that DBS comes up with services that actually target these transitions so as to capture millennials and retain them early. Darren will now explain to you the needs and behaviors of millennials.
Thank you, Jay. So transitioning from one phase in life to the next presents different needs for DBS to cater to. As kids, their needs will revolve entirely around savings, but as they move to tertiary education, they will have a greater autonomy over their spending. And that's where they need new services such as internet banking, as well as ATM cash withdrawal. And as the millennials move into the workforce for the first time, they can then be classified into two main groups, new to the workforce and high earners not rich yet, otherwise known as Henrys, based on their monthly salary income. And both groups their needs will revolve around the purchase of big ticket items such as cars and housing. And lastly, working adults and potential high net worth individuals will require standard banking services as well as wealth management services. Traditionally, Singaporeans have been prudent savers with a strong desire to grow their wealth through investments. Therefore, it is always in the best interest of Singaporeans to select a bank that provides them with the best rates that can meet their savings and investment goals. DBS's competitors, OCBC and UOB, have been very active in wooing millennials with their low initial deposits and attractive interest rates. This poses a big problem for DBS, as it is a strong pull factor influencing millennials to move from their POSB accounts to a non-DBS account to deposit their first paycheck. Besides their attractive rates, OCBC and UOB have catered well to the millennials' needs of wanting to invest. The OCBC Youth Investor Program, as well as the UOB Young Professional Solution, help millennials transition into the world of investing. OCBC does so through education, whereas UOB makes investing a hassle-free process for young millennials. DBS, on the other hand, does poorly in this aspect, as they have nothing in place to help their POSB customers transition to DBS's many investment services that are aimed at more mature investors. As a result, millennials often feel lost and unguided, and will feel a stronger desire to move to OCBC or UOB's other product offerings. Banking customers nowadays are increasingly more demanding due to their enhanced customer experiences in other sectors. They prefer their engagements to require minimal effort, yet provide them with personalized and relevant solutions to their problems. In line with these insights, DBS should focus its efforts on providing a seamless experience to all its customers. By leveraging on DBS's core competencies, we aim to grow our wealth management client base by 200,000 and our retail banking revenue by 50% in the next 7 years. Now Timothy will take us through our recommendations.
Thank you, Devin. I'll now be speaking about recommendations using our winning formula, which is our 2-in-1 strategy. So our main aim of our recommendations is to attract and retain the various customer groups, especially millennials, and this will be done through our core competencies such as a strong digital infrastructure that DBS has due to the massive investments that they have invested on technology over the years, and also a strong brand name, which is DBS being the leading consumer bank in Singapore. This is because they have a market share of more than 50% in the current and savings account. And using a strategy of attract and retain, we'll be capturing and attracting the millennial segment and promoting brand loyalty in all our customer segments. So basically, to attract our the millennial segment, we'll be introducing our DBS Together app. So what is this DBS Together app about? It's an all-in-one app that provides banking services to millennials, and this contains functions such as the traditional DBS PayLah, DBS Fast Track, DBS DigiBank, and also new functions such as DBS Savings Buddy and DBS Building Your Future, of which these two I'll speak in subsequent slides. And why are we introducing this all-in-one app? It's basically for the ease and convenience of millennials, such as the mobile banking and payments, and also to give millennials a safe platform to invest in, and thirdly, to educate millennials more about financial literacy, which is wealth management, and last, enable millennials to manage their money and build their wealth through budgeting tools. And the whole main aim of this app is to capture the growing millennial market, especially when millennials who are leaving polytechnic or university to their first job and capture their first paycheck. And also, we'll be introducing DBS Build Your Future. DBS Building Your Future is an investment platform that's specially catered for millennials, and this is to provide millennials with a low-risk and interactive environment to learn more about financial literacy. So how does this Building Your Future function work? So initially, there will be a survey for the specific millennial to survey their appetite for risk, to determine the profile of them, and millennials are then given the opportunity to either invest in virtual funds or real money based on their risk profile. And also, to further incentivize millennials to use our function, they could pool together 5 to 10% of their paycheck and invest together with their friends. And also, this function provides news articles and indices about the markets, something that is similar to Bloomberg, and also an investor forum that contains a discussion platforms and forums of various industries and also certain stocks to allow the millennials to make informed buy and sell decisions, and also have a so-called friendly debate among the community about the stocks that are in the market. And also, we'll be introducing the DBS Savings Buddy. And what is this DBS Savings Buddy about? It's basically a savings platform that's catered for millennials. And this function is to enable millennials to have a better knowledge of saving management techniques. And how does this function work? Is basically it allows millennials who use the DBS Together for their daily transactions, and using data analytics, this allows us to analyze their spending and saving behavior. And at the end of the month, advices will be given to the specific millennial on areas of expenses that he or she should cut down. And also, we'll be giving them a graph to show where that specific millennial stands in terms of his or her spending habits in their age group. And using this standing, the app will generate a list of saving techniques that's specifically catered to the millennial, so that the millennial can use these specific saving techniques to improve their monthly cash flow. And now I'll pass my time over to Nashon, who will be talking about the retaining portion of our recommendations.
Thank you, Timothy. To retain our customers, we suggest implementing the DBS Companion strategy, which utilizes the CRM, which is also known as the Customer Relationship Management Technology. In the era of big data and technology, customer data is king. So like all the other banks, DBS has been successful in collecting the data of all their various customer segments to be able to segment and profile them, as well as to better understand their needs. However, DBS has not been able to leverage on this understanding to provide effective solutions to the different customers. Hence, this is where our solution, DBS Companion, comes into play. DBS Companion seeks to improve the CRM capabilities of DBS in order to provide more personalized and more meaningful engagements with their customers. So a typical experience, a simple customer journey of a typical Henry will look something like this. Through the DBS Together app, the app will provide personalized advice regarding financial planning as well as product recommendations at critical junctures in our customers' journey in their lives. So, for instance, the app may introduce Henry to Vickers in order to encourage them to start investing for their future. Or else, the app will also provide discounts and promotion in order to discounts and promotion as well as other product offerings when they detect that his expenditure in the few months have been on the increase. Finally, it can also serve to provide news alerts regarding the various major news that has been happening around the sectors that he has a major interest in. So by providing CRM, DBS can become a personal companion to our customers, thereby journeying with them through all the various different phases of their lives. Moving on to the implementation timeline, we intend to develop our integrated app as well as our CRM capabilities within the first year before launching both initiatives by 2018. After the launch of these two initiatives, DBS will primarily focus on improving the application as well as on their CRM capabilities. Finally, we anticipate a 6% CAGR for our revenue, which allows us to achieve and exceed our initial target of 6.5 billion by 2024. In conclusion, we believe that DBS Together and DBS Companion will provide an integrated solution to attract and retain our customers, in particular the millennials. We believe that we will be able to build the future together with our customers with our 2-in-1 strategy. With this, thank you all for your kind attention.
Okay, we'll start with the 5 minutes Q&A. I have a question with regards to your attract recommendation. Can you go back to the slide on the attract recommendation? Because the one with regards when you say that, yeah, this one, yes. Aside from a amalgamation, as like a combination of all the other existing apps, right? How is this different from whatever they're actually doing on?
So basically, we have introduced a new function such as the DBS Savings Money and DBS Building Your Future. So basically, this DBS Building Your Future allows like millennials to invest, to teach millennials more about financial literacy. This is because like in the case, he has stated that there are a lot of millennials say that they do not know like the right method to start investing, such as and one of the methods that they would really want to start investing is to have a investing mentorship. So in this case, we will give them by having an app that allows them to pool together their money, so-called lowers the risk also, and also that by giving them a forum and also the investors report such as these things, it allows them to so-called have such investing mentorship that DBS can provide.
So you're saying like the competitive advantage this particular recommendation has over something that OCBC has, like the Young Investors Program, right? Is the forums and that kind of community building, is it? Or is there anything else?
And also another competitive advantage that we put forward is also the chance for them to pool the money together. So in that sense, it lowers the risk and also lowers the cost of transaction.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to say that a few of my friends together can pool our money together, and with that, you can invest into a particular product. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, you want to answer.
And also to add on to that question, we'll be giving we'll be allowing them to not only invest using real money but also virtual money. So when they invest in virtual money, it gives them the sense of how the so-called stock market works. And if they don't have a huge risk of appetite, they can start from the virtual money and after that build on to using real money. So I think that's in the sense that teaching them how to invest in a proper and right manner.
Okay, thanks.
In your definition, how do you define high net worth individual or your degree? Like how much do you think they are worth?
So DBS has actually defined like potential high net worth individuals as millennials that are earning around at least 6,000 Singapore dollars per month as potential high earners. So we would like to classify this as the Henrys. So basically Henrys are people with millennials with high earning power but low investable assets. So they just have a very high income at the moment. So they'll potentially be a high net worth individual with a lot of assets down the road. And that's where we want to retain them.
So, based on what I observed from your presentation, you seem to have a lot of emphasis on high net worth individuals and Henrys. So just now you mentioned the three things, which is the DBS Together, DBS Building Your Future, and the last one is DBS Savings Money, right? So how is it that these apps can cater to these specific individuals?
The DBS Together app and the DBS Together app is actually our recommendation to bridge the gap between the POSB account to our DBS account. So we noticed that there's a gap, there's a point in time where millennials switch from their POSB kids or savings account to, let's say, OCBC Frank accounts or UOB YOLO. So we wanted to bring in this app to attract them to stay with DBS and move on to a DBS account in the future. And that's when the CRM will kick in to attract, to retain them as they move further on in life towards their high net worth status.
Can I take a look at implementation timeline? Do you all like set any goals that are in place to keep to show that you are keeping track with your target? Do you have like any goals set in place or any key milestones set in place?
Key milestones.
Yeah, like what if your app doesn't develop by 2017, or what if it doesn't attract the required number of customers that you intend to attract?
Okay, so that is so with regards to the first part, let's say it didn't hit the first target, right? I guess that will be slightly pushing the rest backwards. So key milestones will, of course, we have to try to keep the key milestones, such as having the exact product out by a certain, like maybe the first quarter, and then we start doing the trial testing of those. The second one is about it's about not getting enough, not hitting our target, right? That is when we start to do the feedback and see which parts are lacking or whether we need to improvise and change our strategy in a sense. So it falls under we classify it under maintenance and operations.
Okay, alright, sorry, we have thumbs up. Thanks guys. Thank you. And then group 5.
They are not very familiar. They won't see the picture.
What was the thing that came out with the polling of running together?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. But his one is at where?
Shit, I forget to say the savings money. It's okay. It's over. I like.
Your turn. What?
I'm going for Vietnam next.
I won't ask me to go. You going?
Yeah.
So, how you going?
I'm going.
I don't go as well.
Yeah.
You jump, I jump.
Okay, let's go. What time? What's the idea?
It's 4:39, but if you go after one.
Wait, what?
4:30.
Which day?
Next Thursday, 25th Jan.
Oh my god. Oh,
It's when we get treated to DTM. Yay.
really?
Yeah. Jermaine gonna treat everyone.
No.
Cause
Yes, and I was last night in the office. Do you not remember me? I don't remember me, Jermaine. I'm so sad. I'm not going home. I haven't said bye to you. No. Okay, I stay. I haven't said bye to you.
No, at first she wanted to treat us. After that she was like, oh. But then the other interns always do part time for Coty. You know, Coty did the Thursday gallery sales with us.
You know, Coty, they are presenting like a end of internship project. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So like all the managers like of the interns. Like, function research.
Wait, I guess ready? Yeah. Okay, you guys have.
What is it? Huh? Oh. It's not the
Project.
Oh, they are conversion already. I think it's quite important to know as a conversion rate. I know entrepreneurship is quite high, but it's very expensive to engage. One Instagram post is 2K minimally. So you just count the number of posts times 2,000. What the heck? That's how much shit already has.
There's their own business, right? No, her business is just managing all of that.
Yeah, managing herself.